Tell us about yourself.
My name is Sherelle Parker. I am the 9th District Council person and Majority Leader for the City Council of Philadelphia. As the 9th District Council person, I represent neighborhoods like Mount Airy, East Oak Lane, West Oak Lane, Olney, Burholm, Oxford Circle. And as the Majority Leader, it means that I provide support to our council president in any way possible. In addition to that, I play a formal role during our City Council proceedings when we have session. And those are the two things that I do as a local elected official here in our city.
My name is Kendra Brooks, and I'm a city council member at large for the city of Philadelphia. I lived in Philadelphia most of my life. I went to public high school here in Philadelphia. I went to community college in Philadelphia. I went to Temple University, and I'm also a graduate of Eastern University.
What inspired you to run for city council?
Well, what inspired me to run for city council? When I was a teenager in the 1980s, there was a drug called crack cocaine that came and ravaged the West Oak Lane community where I was reared. I was born to a single teenage mother and raised by my grandparents, and they did the best they could with what they had in our working class West Oak Lane community. But crack cocaine destroyed the quality of life in our neighborhood. And when I was 16, I remember going to a community meeting, asking the elected officials who represented my neighborhood, what were they going to do to clean it up, to make it safe, and to get drugs out of our community. And they challenged me and said, no, the question is, what are you going to do about it? And I thought to myself, I'm 16. I'm not even old enough to vote yet. But what they did at that very moment was empowered me to understand that I could have a role in changing the quality of life around me. I could make an impact in my neighborhood for myself and for my neighbors. And I'm really proud that I had good mentors in Marion Tasco and Augusta Clark and Dwight Evans and so many others who reminded me quite often to never forget about my own ability to help solve problems in the community that I loved so much.
I decided to run for city council because I felt that I could be the change that I wanted to see. Being a single mom of 4, activist, organizer, and deeply rooted into community change, I felt that it offered the perfect opportunity to step into a political atmosphere that doesn't necessarily welcome or embrace people from my background.
Now, this is a perfect question, right? So knowing what I know right now, what encouragement would I give my younger self? The first thing I would say to a younger Cherelle is, 1, don't stop your mission for anyone. Plan your work and work your plan. And know that life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And no matter what, self-care is important, Cherelle. So, I learned to take care of a lot of people very early on in my life. I didn't focus enough time on taking care of me. Cherelle, make sure you're paying attention to advice from seasoned folks in your life, your elders. Listen. And don't talk when you're angry and or frustrated. Be thoughtful. What you say to others, it matters, and it can affect them for a long time. I would tell her that she can do and be anything that she wants in life, and never to allow anyone to limit her beliefs. The sky is the limit. To dream really big. There was a quote I read recently that said, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. Imagine that. So I want you to make sure you keep that in mind. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough.
Knowing what I know now, I've always said that you are enough. And I've been saying that from the time I got elected. when you think about all the obstacles and challenges that I have overcome throughout my lifetime, I would definitely tell my younger self and younger women looking at me is like realizing that you're enough. And all those obstacles and challenges that came your way make you enough. They teach you, they strengthen you, and they guide you into the person or the woman that you will become.